situations like this, what's the first thing you guys have to do in order to dig yourselves out?
Control the controllables. I know from the defensive side, we can stop the run, stop self-inflicting ourselves with wounds, and get back to our brand of ball.
On paper, it looks like you guys have a better defense than last year. What's the problem been with stopping the run this season?
Skin off block, understanding just how we're going to be played, understanding like what teams did last year, and we got different guys now, so they're just understanding how to play within the scheme, understanding how they're going to be blocked and what's asked of them. But I think we're still in a solid spot. I mean, we got a couple plays that we wish we could have back, but that's everybody. But I definitely see us still. We got a couple good bit of games to go to obviously flip the script, and I think that's what we're going to do.
When you look at the divisional games, those games are always tougher, no matter how good the teams are, no matter how bad the teams are. What is it about divisional games that brings the best out of both teams?
Yeah, it's just that we're fighting for, obviously, the big ultimate goal is the Super Bowl, but obviously for that division is the main thing to get your first steps to get to that Super Bowl. So that's what we're all fighting for, is bragging rights, pride, the division, you name it. It's just literally one of those games. It's gonna be a tough physical.
What was that vibe like when you guys got back in here on Monday, got back to work, and were able to watch that film and move on?
Yeah, I mean, it was hats off to them. They made good plays, and they ain't gonna keep soaking and wallowing in that misery or whatever it is you want to say. It was a good game. Hats off to them, but can't win them all. We're just gonna go out and get back to work and get ready to go for this week.
Anytime you get a chance to go against a really good football team and you don't execute, that's the result that's going to happen. But at the end of the day, it's always learning experiences and loss. And I think, with the type of team we have, the type of guys we have in this building, nothing's going to deter us from going, put our head down and working.
I asked JG this. What has it been about this team and this unit with you guys not stopping the run, not getting the turnovers that you guys were capable of last season?
Yeah, I mean, the turnover thing, I'm not too worried about, and at the end of the day, this is the National Football League, and you're gonna get turnovers. You're not gonna get them. That's one of those things. It's a funny shape football. Sometimes they bounce your way, sometimes they don't. But I think majority of just our defense and why it's not looking the same is just guys not all 11 doing their job at the same time. We've all had plays here and there where it's just not looking how we wanted to, and the faster we can put that all together and get more consistent 11 playing throughout a football game, I think we're going to be right where we want to be.
You guys have a tough task taking on the Lions this week. How fortunate are you to play a team that's a Super Bowl type contending team to kind of let you guys know where you're going to be?
I mean, it's nice. It's a really good football team. It's been like that for the past couple of years. Been at the top of the league, and the things they've been able to do regular season and in the postseason. So I just think, you take all that aside, this is a divisional matchup, our second one of the year, and our second road divisional matchup of the year. And it's always great to, set the tone and be able to go into a place, especially when you're playing a good football team, and see where you're at, especially after our 2 losses. We definitely wanted to see where we're at compared to the league.
Could a win this Sunday be a pivotal turn of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we back to 500. You get a win in the Division 2 on the road, especially against 2 good teams. You definitely put yourself in a spot where you start to see things fall in the way it should. But at the end of the day, we're taking things 1 week at a time, and whether we win or lose this week, we're going to come in next week ready to work because we still got another op. It's only week 9, so as long as we got football games to play left on this regular season, you're going to get the best out of this team. We're going to put our best foot forward.
Josh, how did you see this team start to rebound coming through the long weekend off that loss and kind of reset for this week?
Yeah, I think just the mindset. We all got to put more in, and whatever, if you were putting 100 in, we need whatever you got that's more. And I think the vets, the young guys, everybody just leaning on each other and understanding that at the end of the day we're still a team, and we can only decide how we feel in this building. I think that's been a big part of just our mindset going into this week, leaning on each other. We're all we got, and we understand that when Sunday hits and that clock goes off and it starts to go down, we only could count on each other, and that's what we're building towards this weekend.
Is there anything that you all, as captains or just veterans in general, have done to really drive home that message of needing everyone to execute?
Yeah, you're going to lead by example, especially in times like this. Words can only do so much. We've been talking all off season. We've been talking this beginning of the season. We can only talk so much. So right now, as captains, we got to lead by example. We got to put our best foot forward every time we come into this building, every time we step on the practice field, and definitely on Sundays.
Watching what happened the last 2 weeks, and you guys could do your job 98% of the time, but if they hit 3 deep balls over you, that's the one that gets circled. How much have you guys been looking at the last 2 weeks saying these are ways we could keep those little lightning strikes from happening?
I think we just kind of took those 3 days off, to kind of look back
at the previous 7 games and came in on Monday and recapped everything that we need to work on. And I think that's what the main thing was for the Monday. Tuesday, with it being a day off, you still had to watch the cutups that we had. So basically trying to eliminate explosives and take chunks off the tape has been our main thing.
Without giving away trade secrets, is there anything that maybe changed that you guys did do in those first 7 games that maybe they saw and exploited from you guys those last couple games?
Just lack of preparation by details by players, including myself. Just as good as we are on paper, we got to be good at our jobs and good at our assignments. So I think it was not nothing that we did or changed or anything like that. It was more so just lack of preparation throughout that exact play.
Isaiah, where do you start with defending Detroit?
Hey, play by play. I think you can't go in there saying, all right, let's win the game. I think it's more so you got to win your up, when you're down, and focus on the main things. As in first, second down, try to get out the field on third, force them to punt. It's just gonna be those little things that's gonna add up to get a great team win.
With Amon-Ra specifically, how do you slow him? What stands out to you about just the different ways that they use him?
One of the top receivers in the league, you got to give him his respect. I think you can't go in the game thinking he's not like one of the big receivers we just dealt with, like the A.J. Browns and things like that. But he's one of the top receivers in the league. You got to go in there with respect, and you got to play him with the respect that he's earned throughout this year. So just got to go out there and just focus on what we need to do.